Okay, I think it's about time. Teachers, welcome so much. Sorry, welcome, hearty welcome to the last webinar for Term 2. And today, what we're planning to do is to discuss a few things. Firstly, Lensoo Create. Lensoo is an app that's, number one, been paid for by One Education, so it's absolutely free to use by all EXO schools. And secondly, Lensoo is also able to be used both online and offline, which works really well. If, for example, your internet connection may be a bit dodgy, you can actually get yourself a lot of use for Lensoo without the need to going online. Now, the next topic we're going to be discussing is app management, and I'd like to talk about that in a practical sense. And it may incur a bit of cost, but wouldn't be more than $5 per student or something like that. But I'll talk about that a little bit more regarding app management. Now, Term 3 webinars is important as well. I'm going to quickly touch on that and a bit of feedback for my performance over in Term 2. First things first, thank you so much for coming. What I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to show you my XO. Sorry, just my kids pop up there. Okay. I'm just going to quickly turn on my Droid VNC. Make sure I've got the correct IP address. Connect. There we go. I'm connected. Now, Lensoo is an app that normally costs $15 a year, but because of the negotiations Rangan has, we've actually managed to get it for free, which is a really good price, isn't it? And they've kindly allowed us to use Lensoo. At the moment, it's in if you've updated to the most up-to-date version of Android, you can find Lensoo living in the app drawer. So just press the little XO guy there, press him down. When he opens up, everything's arranged alphabetically, so you can just scroll over to the letter L. There he is. Just tap Lensoo to open that up. Sorry about that, folks. I just had a bit of a throat thing there. Okay, so I'm going to quickly log out just to show you what to expect. I'm just going to log out there. I don't know if you noticed, but my daughter actually got a hold of this and went crazy and and got her own recordings, and she painted her face on Lensoo. So it's really fun. But anyway, back to it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk to you. Well, this is what you first see when you open up your Lensoo. So if you have your XOs handy, press the app drawer, access Lensoo, turn it on, and when it's on, I'd like for everyone to make a recording with me. So press new recording. So teachers, if you've got your XO handy and you can follow the instructions, there's a button on your toolbox that says raise hand. So just click on that when you're ready. So when you've already turned on your Lensoo and have a new recording ready to go, press your hand up. Thanks, Russ. Thanks, Sol. Tracy, if you don't have it, that's okay. Just follow it up. You've got that as well. G'day, Manaka. How you going? Hang on, I'm gonna. Hi, Manaka. How you going?
Good, thank you, John. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Good, thank you. Yourself?
Doing really well, mate. Now, do you have an XO handy?
No, I left it at work.
That's okay. Hey, listen, the holidays are coming up, so you don't have to worry about that for another couple of weeks.
Exactly.
So, look, just try to follow through. It's all going to be recorded anyway, so it's all good to go. All right, I'm going to meet you again, and I'm going to show you how you can use Lensoo, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, here's what I'm wanting to do. when we're actually pressing new recording, if you notice, it's going to give you some options on the left-hand side with, with menu items. So you've got, geez, where's my little pen? You've got your pen, you've got a bucket, you've got these shapes, eraser, text box, just an icon that says to move, convert to PDF, pointer, and video. So going through that again, you've got your pen. So if you press the pen, that's going to give you either a felt tip point or a biro type of point. Okay? And if you press the bucket, it's going to give you again options of color, and it's going to give you options as well on, do you want the blackboard? Do you want the what do you call it, the lined paper, or do you want the legal pad? Okay, and it also has boards for, what do you call that again, grid markings. So say for example you'd like to use this for numeracy and you'd like to show the students how to actually do a bit of a graph. This is very, very helpful. Okay, right. Now moving on. In this case, what I'd like to do is actually have a blackboard. So I'm going to select this one here. Excuse me. Ugh. What a bad time to get ill. Okay, and when that happens, you're pretty much ready to go. Okay, so by pressing this button here on the upper left hand side, you actually start recording. As you can see, recordings can be up to 30 minutes long. Okay, I was a little bit slow there. But the recordings can be up to 30 minutes long. But it's the XO have got a bit of a powerful microphone. So in the playback, you might actually hear my boss talk, or you can actually hear my boss on the microphone now. But when your students are doing this, just to let you know, it does have a really powerful mic that need to speak quite close to the XO, so it's their voice that's going to be caught. Okay, so in this case, let's say you've asked the student to draw a farmland scenario. Okay, nice and simple. I've chosen to draw the sun first. So I've got my felt tip pen selected, I've got my color selected, and I've got my shade selected. I'm going to press one more time to get rid of that menu. Then I'm going to draw the sun. Cool. Now, this is when it becomes a bit more fun because I'm just literally just having a bit of a play here. I'm going to draw a couple of hillsides. And I'm going to put a couple of cows. So if you actually put your finger there, where it's got a triangle, a circle, and a square, here I'm going to use my XO mouse. Whoop, cancel. I'm going to use my XO mouse. If you notice that. Sorry, I accidentally pressed something there. So I'm going to use my XO mouse and I'm hovering over that insert objects button. If I press that, it's going to give me access to a whole bunch of images to insert. If you want a mathematical function, if you want arrows, yeah, you can have flows. And you can have humans. For me, I actually want to put animals in. Okay, so let's go animals. And because this is a farmland scenario, I'm going to put some cows. Here's a mighty looking bull. Let's put that there. And this bull is staying right down here. There you go. Proudly marching. And I'm going to add a couple of chooks. So once you actually add an object, you'd have to go back and click where you'd like to get them placed and drag using your trackpad. You can make it a tiny one or you can make it a gigantic chook. There you go. And I'd like to have a color palette of blue sky. Oops, I just ruined it. Gonna have to paint a bit of blue sky there. There you go. There you go. Cool. Now, one thing I'd like to do is, say for example, as part of your creativity assessment, is you'd like for the students to instruct you on a story. So as you can see, this is being recorded right now. Everything I'm saying is being recorded by Lensoo, and if this timer is actually going, it's blinking red, it's recording. If I press it again, it's going to pause. And to activate it again, I'm going to press that again. Okay? So, a couple of things to watch out for. Make sure that the record red button is blinking so you can so it is being recorded. Okay? And make sure that the child or the student speaks real close to the microphone so everything's going to be recorded. All good so far? Okay. Now, I'm going to save this. I'm going to say I'm done. I just pressed done. I'm just going to get my little pen. I've pressed done. And once I've done that, I'm going to see this little text box. I'm going to enter a title, 6 p.m. Lensoo Webinar 2015. I'm going to save it. Now, if you're having issues connecting online, when you save your Lensoo file, it will be stuck inside your XR. Not stuck, it'll be saved in your XR. Okay? And you'll be able to retrieve it using Lensoo. There are ways to, like I've shown you earlier, there's a method so you can connect your XO to your interactive whiteboard. That way you can actually project what the student has on their XR onto the interactive whiteboard. Cool? Okay. Now, guys, I apologize. I don't think this is actually not recording. I don't think this is actually showing me any of the questions that you might have. Apologies for that. If you've got any questions, there is a button that you can press that says questions. Please feel free to use that. And if you've got any concerns or if you'd like to actually say something, just either type on chat, type on the questions, or click raise hands. Just to let you know now, everybody seems to be raising their hands and I can't seem to put the hands down. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So, let me just quickly unmute someone. So, Tracy, I'm just quickly unmute you. I'm just going to ask you a question. Hi, Tracy, can you talk? Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Excellent. So, did you manage to follow those instructions with Lensoo?
Yep, no problems.
Excellent. So, do you reckon the stage 1 and stage 2 students can use this?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, with me, I don't know if you've met me before, but I'm quite a big person, and my fingers are quite fat. So, in some cases, I had to use the mouse trackpad to to do some of those drawings. But for the students, they're relatively small in stature. They'd be able to comfortably play around with that. So, all right. Any comments you'd like to do to say? Miss Rose? No. Okay, I think I've lost that. Let's quickly put that to me again. Okay. Russell asked, Tracy asked, is the internet needed for Lensoo? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As you saw here, I'm not even logged in. Yeah, I'm not even logged in. So you can use Lensoo without internet. Yes, yes. A lot of the stuff that you've got on your XR that's preloaded do not need internet. There are some, but most of it do not need internet. Okay. So let me just see if I can do this now. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to log in. I'm going to put you on pause for the moment. That way you don't see my login. Okay. So let's say, for example, I do have internet and I'm confident to log on to the internet and publish my work. Okay. So in this example, let's pretend that the classroom has a Lensoo account. So the teacher creates a Lensoo account, and the students want to upload their work, so the teacher can put it on YouTube and showcase it to the parents on parent-teacher interviews. So what you'll do, I'm just going to put you pause, that way you don't see my login. Is you log in. Okay, and your password. Sorry. So just put in your um, username and password and just click on login. Okay, logging in. There you go. And you can see other works that I've done that's associated with my login. Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly write something here. If you actually notice, every single one of these have got the three dots. When you publish your work, or when you've got an account, you can actually choose what to do with them. So if I press, hang on, I'm going to use my trackpad here. If I go ahead and press those three dots there, it's going to give me edit, publish, or delete. Okay. Now I have not. I was offline when I created this file. I want to save it on my Lensoo account. I've logged in. I'm going to click on publish, and that's going to give me the option to publish it. So this might take a few minutes, but that's okay. But once you've recorded it, you can't edit it anymore. Okay? So press publish. It's going to upload that to the server, and it's going to ask me, so what would you like for this to be? Well, this was a pretty good attempt. So I'm going to list it as public. I'm going to make a description here. Demo of Lensoo, 6 p.m. webinars. Now the category, it's a bit of animal husbandry, so yeah, I'll put a science there. And I'm going to click on publish. Now that's going to upload what you've got onto their servers. And if you've got internet connection that you're confident to use, I'll show you how you can then download the very same file you've just uploaded as an MP4 file, or you can publish it to YouTube straight away. Okay, so I'm just going to press back, let that have a bit of a go. So, any questions so far regarding Lensoo? Hang on. Can you edit the timing of the progressions after to match the desired storyline? Very much so. Very much so. So Russell was asking, can you edit the timing of the progressions after? So after you've actually done the drawing and you want to say overlay audio on it, once you've actually finished the file, you can then either edit it using Lensoo again. So again, using the trackpad, you can here we go. Press the three buttons and choose edit. Okay. I don't know why it's not letting me now. That's a bit embarrassing. There you go. Ugh, man. Firstly, I'm so sorry this happened. Every time I try to get excited about a new piece of technology, it fails me. So there you go. Let me see if it works. Here we go. Now I've pressed the three buttons, and you've got here share, copy link, download video, delete, or add to playlist. So once you've actually pressed publish, it publishes it, and it's kind of like secures that image, secures that video. You can download it as an MP4, right? And once you've done, hang on, I'll actually do that now. Oh wait, I just want to show you something. If you notice, there is a little Lensoo on the upper left-hand side of my monitor. There's a little sign there that says that's an icon for Lensoo, and it's saying, "I'm already done. You're published." Yeah. Okay. So what's going to happen now? Let's download this in a workable format. Downloading the video. Okay. Yep. Convert to standard definition and close. Look, I don't know why, but this actually pops up, right? But a few minutes after, I actually get an email from Lensoo saying it's ready to be downloaded. So could just be a bug, but anyway. So once you've done that, you can then go back to the home button, go to the app drawer, and you can use the movie studio to edit and overlay what you want to overlay. Now, Mr. Riley, I have to say I haven't actually played with Movie Studio just yet, but I'm confident if you and your students would like to have a go, we can even use you guys as a presenter for Term Three's webinars. Okay. Okay. So any other questions, teachers? Russell, I hope I managed to answer that question satisfactorily. Okay, so we're moving on. One powerful aspect of Lensoo as well is, say for example, you'd like to actually record the student. Oop, I just got an email notification. Sorry folks, I'm just going to pause it real quick. I'm going to show you my Gmail. So everything that you see here is actually in my XR. So I'm going to quickly show you my Gmail. Okay. And as you can see here, even though we got that error message from the server, my Lensoo, the video is completely converted to MP4. click download now. It's going to go to my dashboard. I'm going to quickly log in. It's my email. If you notice, I'm actually using my daughter's email address. This is the family email. Um, the main reason is she's been quite nuts about Lensoo and she's been using it quite a lot. And there's already a few files there. So, all right, just logging in. Got the dashboard there. Never. Oh, that's bizarre. Hmm. Anyway, let me see if I can get it from the desktop. I've had much luck with desktops. Oh, you've already used that a bit. Oh, good, good. Oh, there you go. The download link came up. And I'm just going to download it as an MP4. Sorry, folks, I'm just going to quickly cough. I'm just going to put you on mute. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show. Okay. So real quick, like guys, I'm just going to well, I'll once I figure out how to get rid of that bug, I'll let you guys know, and yeah, get you sorted on that. Now, nah, I'm reticent to muck around with it right now. I just wanted to let you know, yes, it is possible, and once you've downloaded it, because I'll show you on YouTube what my daughter's done, and the guys here were kind enough to actually edit it, and I don't have YouTube. Oh, okay. The guys were kind enough to edit it here and put it together. So sorry, these are all the videos we have. So from, there we go, Discovers Lensoo. So this is my daughter. So if you wanted to have a look, that's just basically on our YouTube channel. So my 7-year-old daughter did this. Of course, it's been edited, and so exactly what I said, Russ. I downloaded the file, I attached it to an email to the creative guy here at One Education, and what Paul did is he basically spliced it together and created that movie that you saw. It originally took 10 minutes for her to do that drawing, but they managed to cram it all into that time frame. So that's pretty funny. All right. So, folks, what we've done so far is oops, no, that's not what I wanted. What we've done so far is we've spoken about Lensoo. The next one is app management. So before I do that, any last questions on Lensoo before we move on? Just quickly. G'day, Manaka.
Hey, no, it's all good, John.
All good, not a problem. I'll put you on mute again.
Thank you.
Right, so let's quickly talk about app management. The biggest issue that I have is, Manaka, your school has got a lot of XOs, and so you guys as well as Russ's and Tracy's as well. You guys, all of you combined have got, I think, a little under 3,000 XOs, right? And that's a lot of XOs to flash. And if you need to re-image those devices by yourself, you probably go insane and you'll probably have to claim compo because of RSI. We don't want any of that. We don't want any of that at all. So what we're going to do is we've devised a way to actually give you the best of both worlds. Okay, so bear with me for a moment. So teachers, we actually have these wonderful little tools called USB sticks. And this is something funny, right? I bought this 32 gig USB stick, would have been a couple of years back. It cost me $40. It's now less than $20 at JB Hi-Fi. So I don't feel gypped because I've made good use of it. But anyway, a an 8 gigabyte stick is, I think they're selling a 5 pack for $15 at JB Hi-Fi. I don't quote me on that, but they normally have insane sales like that. So what are we going to do with that? Well, here's the thing. If you've got 3,000 XOs between the four of you teachers and you need to re-image every single one of them, what we actually want to suggest is not you by yourself, but empower your teachers to be able to do it themselves, right? So instead of saying, I've got 3,000 XOs, I'm going to go crazy, think about it this way. I've got 3,000 XOs, but that equates to 100 classes. And each of those classes have a teacher who look after 30 students. So instead of flashing 3,000 XOs one by one, what you need to do is ask the students to get one of these USB sticks, $2, $3, get an 8 gig stick, and have it handy. The teacher who manages that classroom now has the responsibility of getting that USB stick, right, and filling it, number one, with the operating system, and number two, with the apps that you want installed. Now, how do you do that? Step number one, go to App Universe. If you're not connected on the internet in the school, take your XO horn, go to App Universe, and download this program called APK Extractor. It's not there yet, but we've recently received authorization by the promoter and the developer of APK Extractor to distribute it, and they were kind enough to do so. So they agreed, yes, sure, you can distribute it on your App Universe, and my head programmer Matthew is going to upload it there very soon. Go to App Universe, make sure you get a copy of APK Extractor, and download whatever apps you want. You can even purchase it using Play Store. Okay? Now, when you press and open APK Extractor, what's going to happen is it will populate a list of all of the applications you've got, all of the programs you have on your XR. Okay? You can even use the search bar here So in this case, I want to have a look and see if I've got Duolingo. Yes, I do. I'm going to extract Duolingo by just pressing that button, and it's already extracted. Okay, now you can go ahead and do that for all of the apps that you need. Okay, and when you're happy, go to your ES File Explorer. That's this folder here. ES File Explorer is basically your Windows Explorer type. It shows you what your XO has inside. Okay. Now, the extracted apps will be here, obviously. Extracted APKs. If you open that, it has all of the APKs you've extracted. Okay. Now, I've already preloaded a USB stick on my device, and I'm going to transfer these 4 onto my stick. How do I do that? I will press and hold. Tick, tick, tick. Once I've pressed and hold, these little tick boxes come up. Press them lightly until they're all highlighted. And down at the bottom, you can see options here like copy, cut, delete, rename. And if you press the More button, it gives you options to share, hide, install, send, encrypt, whatever you want. So there's multiple options there. Okay? Simply, what we wanted to do is copy what we've highlighted. Okay? And paste it, excuse me, and paste it onto my USB stick. So I'm going to now press USB storage. Okay? And I'm going to press paste. Bang. Done. Okay. There you go. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and take my USB device. I'm going to press the eject button, of course, eject it. I said eject it. There you go. Eject that. Take it off. And I'm going to plug it to my internet. I'm going to plug it onto my PC. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, teachers, but I was told that most every classroom would have a personal computer, be it a Mac or be it a Microsoft PC, that controls your interactive whiteboard or smart TVs or projectors. So what I'd like for you to do is go to your go to that device, go to that laptop or PC, and open up a folder. I've just called it App Management. Okay, and just copy. Just copy. Now this is actually quite big. Can you imagine flashing almost 2 gigabytes worth 3,000 times? That's probably going to drive you a little crazy. So in this manner, number one, you're in control for the the teachers are in control regarding what apps are installed on the student's XR. And sorry, I'm going to talk about app management a little bit further. And since we actually operated on getting the Android updated, we've released the Google Play Store. What does that mean for you teachers? Well, plain and simply, Google Play is accessible to everyone. We've had stories of Western Sydney students downloading 50 Shades of Grey and downloading games like Grand Theft Auto, and all of those, they're not they're not good, to say the least. and they've caused quite a bit of concern. So what we've done is we've already spoken to the to a lot of schools who've had that happen to them, and the principle is basically a trust principle. We trust that the student will not do that, and we trust that the students will respect their responsibility and not download apps that's not allowed by teacher. So, long story short, oops, I'm just gonna copy and replace, copy and replace. Okay, done. Right. So basically, if the offending student is caught, the teacher can then go to their Excel laptop, reflash it, because this is on their hard drive. They can just transport it to their USB stick, plug it onto the kid's device, turn it on and off, re-image it, erasing everything that's in there. And that student then loses their ICT privileges for a designated amount of time. Now, I'm not an executive. I don't have any experience in organizing policy, but I do know that it's an effective deterrent, and students tend to be quite easily managed when they know that the method of punishment is them not being able to use their XRs or any form of technology. Another form I've heard of, teachers, is there's a school, I think it's Roos Public School, that actually sends a contract. I think it's Maryland's as well, Maryland's public school. They send a contract with their students every start of the term that the parents have to sign, that basically states the student is not allowed to bring games over general patronage. If it's G, they can bring it. Anything over G, PG 13, PG, MA, MA 15, that type of thing, they will get punished. And the parents have to sign it, or else the student is not allowed to touch any piece of technology until that agreement is signed. So basically, you've got those methods of control there. That way, you can assure, well, not assure, but you can at least have better management for the students when they decide, I'm going to use mom and dad's Gmail account and download stuff that may not be allowed. You know how creative students can get sometimes. Okay. Oh, Tracy, you don't have App Universe? Um, okay. I will get you. I'm gonna unmute you. You can talk to me. You've got a mic, don't you, Trace?
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Remember?
Did App Universe come on the stick you sent?
Yeah, it's on the stick. It's on the stick.
Okay, all good. I'll put it on.
Not a problem. So all you need to do is, I think when you reflash using the new sticks that we gave you, it's all going to be there. Cool.
Okay, is the extract tool on there too?
No. You'd have to go to App Universe when it's online, and you can actually download it using the App Universe.
Okay.
I'll actually show you App Universe in a second. One second. Put you on mute again. So teachers, what the App Universe looks like, it's basically our version of Google Play. So I'm just going to quickly show that to you. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to cough real quick. So this is App Universe. If you notice, all of these apps are available from our servers. You can download them. I know Russell already downloaded his favorite app, Caustic, right there. Now, here's another thing. If you've got limited bandwidth, the method that I spoke to you about downloading the app onto an extractor, putting it on a stick, saving it on the teacher's PC device each classroom, it's going to save you a bit of bandwidth because you don't have to keep downloading everything. And here's the kicker, Tracy, if you don't have any internet at all, right, you can go home, download as many apps as you want from the Play Store or App Universe, put it on a stick and distribute it, right? Because, folks, when it comes to the licensing for Google, if you actually have it for free, you can distribute it. We're a commercial entity, that's why we have to have some sort of agreement with them, but because you're actually because you're actually schools, I believe they've got a Google Education licensing or something like that, so it's totally different. So there you go. I hope that helped a bit. Give me a sec, I'll just put that down. All right. So teachers, what we've done so far is we've spoken about let's quickly out tabbing that back to my little screeny thing. So we've spoken about Lensoo, we've spoken about app management, and I'm not going to take too much longer. Regarding Term 3 webinars and a bit of feedback, what I'm asking for is a bit of assistance because, as you know, I'm not going to be doing the webinars for my benefit. I'm doing it for the One Education community's benefit. Every one of you folks have supported One Education, and this is our way of supporting you back. We want to establish the webinars so everyone can learn from each other and collaborate. But the most important thing is we would love to hear from you as teachers, as technology leaders, and actually talk to us about, well, this is the successes I've had with my XR. My ICT class or my technology team discovered this, and we would love for you to share that. Now, Russell, I know you're doing a lot when it comes to podcasting and not just podcasting, but music and with editing. I would absolutely love for you to speak a little bit about that or have one of your teachers speak about that. Open the forum up, give you guys a 5 minute, 10 minute slot. And I'm sure there's so many other people who would benefit from that. And yes, Tracy, those apps are available on the App Universe. You can download it, and no, you do not need internet. So, um, caustic songs can be copied from the iPad to the XR. You're cheeky. You're basically using the caustic license on the iPad. Okay. Well, look, actually, you can possibly use REC. Hang on, let me see if I can show that to you real quick. Rec is one of the apps that's that you can download from the App Universe. So it's not he. Should be an App Universe. Here you go. REC. It's actually very powerful. It's an editing device, right? So Russell, if you want to download that, it can edit most types of audio files, and you can transfer that from whatever audio file onto MP3. So if it's a MIDI file from the iPad, you can upload it to a cloud, extract it using ES File Explorer, and then edit it on your XO using Spreaker Studio. There you go. Ah, actual song data. Ah, okay. I still have to play with Caustic a bit more because I've only ever touched it when I'm doing demonstrations. I haven't actually done a sit down and play. So maybe that's something you can do, Russ. Okay, have a go in the holidays. Fantastic. Russ, I highly encourage you. I would love to hear, and I'm sure a lot of the other teachers would love to hear how your students are using the XOs for music, because we've got the piano keyboards here as well, teachers. Let me see if it's here. The piano keyboards, there it is, the piano keyboards right there. Um, yeah. So that's basically it, folks. So term 3, it'll mainly be user-generated and open forums. And the first question that I wanted to open up is basically how do you combine the ideas of 21st century 21st century teaching with the current syllabus. I don't mean for that to be political, but I just want you guys to have a think about what's the best way for me, using the XOs, using ICT, using whatever technology, how will I be able to promote 21st century teaching and still hit the highlights of what the syllabus or the syllabus outcomes wants me to do. And for some teachers that I've spoken to, it's chalk and cheese. It's opposite sides of the same coin. Other teachers I've spoken to, they say, well, it's a perfect marriage. And I wanted to open that forum on term 3 so we can have an open discussion about it and hopefully change people's minds and change people's perspectives. Not that I'm trying to force people's views on everyone else, but I highly, highly believe that as teachers, we are the most influential groups that'll ever come across these students because we're sticking with them 8 hours a day. And we need to expand our own idealism and accept the fact, you know what, maybe what I'm thinking is not necessarily right. What do other people think? Maybe I can use that too. It's the essence of collaboration and cooperative work. So teachers, thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much for supporting One Education. Term 3 is going to be fantastic. It's going to open up a lot of, I shouldn't say open up, but it's going to open up a lot of minds. It's going to give you guys a lot of ideas, and I can't wait. And Russell, if I'll email you some proposals about, because I'd really, really love it if you can have one of your teachers talk about how you guys use Caustic. All right, folks, that's basically it. Any questions or queries, just type it in or raise your hand, and I'll unmute you. Fantastic. Thanks, Mr. Riley. Tracy, did you have any? Hang on, I'll unmute you real quick. Any parting remarks before we head off?
Great, lots more questions, but probably enough for today.
Not a problem. Email me, mate. I'm working throughout the holidays.
Okay, thank you.
Right, see you later. Menaka, I'm just going to unmute you real quick. Any parting remarks before we head off?
No, thank you, John, for all the hard work. Have a good holiday or a break.
Thanks so much, mate. All the best. Hey, enjoy your break as well.
No worries. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Sol. Thanks, Tracy. I'll leave you guys to it. Oh, by the way, this recording will be available by Tuesday next week, hopefully. All right. This is John from One Education signing out. Thanks, guys.